Parole Law Firm. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas obtain parole and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. For more information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, you can find it at the website, parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
Listeners should be aware that the following program contains language and audio images which may be found disturbing and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
Daddy, I'm coming to see you. Visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you give a lead. Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. The men with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This thing's my love. It's Friday night. The inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio.
And welcome to the Prison Show. Tonight is Friday, February the 28th, the last day of February. So you know what this weekend is? Comb your hair, everyone. Or shine your head. Either one. Comb your hair or shine your head. It's picture weekend.
I thought it was rodeo weekend.
Well, it is, but...
Today was Go Texan Day.
Yeah, it was, but, you know, for the incarcerated, comb your hair or shine your head. One or the other, because it's picture weekend, and I know everyone looks forward to that.
What about their beard? They got to do that too?
You got to comb your beard, too.
All right.
Both. Comb that beard.
Get the bugs out.
Or the crumbs that you ate from the food you ate.
But we got to save that for later, because we go hungry between meals.
Oh, yeah, nasty. All right, so yes, this weekend is picture weekend, so keep that in mind. And guess what it is now? It is Fun Drive. You know, we so look forward to Fun Drive it's every few months, right, David?
We haven't had one in like 3 months.
Oh.
It was like November.
Really?
How many ago has that been? November, December, January, February? Yeah, 3 months.
I think we had a silent one.
Yeah, but we didn't. We just went right on through it. I think I might have said one little old blurb, and you gave me that go to hell look.
Do I give you a go to hell look?
But I think we need to thank some people, though.
We do need to.
Do you have that list still?
I do, but I'm going to get on to it because I had it set up specifically on our video, and of course I had another set up with ready to go, and now I've got to, and I'm going. Oh, here we go.
You go, girl.
I'm going.
Don't that sound great?
Yes, David. That's the word I would use. Great. You sound great. So we want to give a big thank you to Linda, another Linda besides our Linda, which, by the way, Linda's in the house, David's in the house. We have Terry Peden in the house. We have Leslie in the house. She's hiding off camera. And, of course, I'm here. And then we have a film crew from France. They're in the house doing a Robert Roberson documentary.
Bon oui oui. Yeah. I don't know how to say it in French, but in Spanish, bienvenidos.
So we want to give a big thank you to Linda, to Carl, Evelyn, Kelly, and Karen. So thank y'all very much. We weren't even here last week because David was ill, and we still have the Lysol ready to go in case he's still ill.
But we still had Fun Drive.
We still have Fun Drive, and those people came through, so we appreciate you. And, you know, every time we have a Fun Drive, KPFT donates some money. And this time, and I didn't print it, but I'm looking at it right now, the food drive for the Manna Food Pantry. So,
we also got another sustainer match.
Yes, we do. Explain the sustainer match, David.
So a sustainer match is for everyone who becomes a sustainer. And a sustainer is, so let's say you want to donate $5. Well, if you give $5 a month, then we get credit for having $60 pledge. And as you become a sustainer, then there's somebody else out there that's anonymous, and they'll donate $8 for every dollar for every pledge you do. So let's say you want to give us $100. If you can do $100 a month, then we get a $1,200 pledge. So it looks bigger on our end, but it's easier on your pocketbook.
Absolutely.
So if you can go to Starbucks and spend $15 or $20, then just don't do that once a month and give it to us.
Give it to us.
And you can do that at 713-526-5738, option number 1. Or my favorite way is just to go on to www.kpft.org and hit the donate button. And make sure whenever the drop-down menu comes down that you donate to The Prison Show. We're listed under the T's, not the P's.
All right. Now, tonight, David has a great show lined up for you. Mary Sue Molnar, she is the executive director at Texas Voices for Reason and Justice. Terry Peden, of course, is in the house. He will be talking about his attorney duties. And Abe Bonowitz, he is the co-director, founder of Death Penalty Action. Linda and I will both be here talking briefly about the conference we went to with the Texas Coalition to Abolish the Death Penalty, the fact that Linda went to Cargill's hearing up in Texarkana. I was trying to remember the city she went to. It was Texarkana. So she will be talking a little bit about that. And, of course, everyone knows about the Supreme Court ruling out of Oklahoma. So I know a lot of people are excited about that. I'm sure Abe will have more of information on that situation. But right now we have Mary Sue Molnar on 2 different lines. Oh, 2? Okay. All right. Hi, Mary Sue.
Hi. How are you guys tonight? Glad to be here.
We are great. We're excited for you to be here. I was just looking over. I have a big old list of all the bills that have been submitted so far this session, and I was taking a gander at what could affect people, and I know you have more information.
Yes, we are already working on legislation, so we're working to kill bills again this session, and there are some real doozies. So we have been very busy. We work on issues related to people on the registry. So we don't take individual cases. We're not lawyers. We're an all-volunteer organization. But we work on things like education, legislation. We do some litigation when we can for people who are forced to register. registered citizens, is what we call them, on the Texas Sex Offense Registry. So we are very busy right now with all of these bills, and there's quite a few, some really crazy ones. We've got 4 residency restriction bills, and I've got 6 pages in front of me. So our members are sending emails and calling the offices and getting one-pagers ready, and I was down there last week, this week, going from office to office, and it's just amazing how they file some of these bills. They have no idea what they're doing.
Well, what's the number one bill that you're concerned about? If there's a number one, maybe there's several.
Well, yeah, there's not a number one. Our biggest fight is going to be the residency restriction bills, just like every year. We've been really lucky and managed to kill them every year, but there's more. They just continue to file them. So there are 4 residency restriction bills, 3 of them that we're really going after. And then there's a couple of other bills that we hate. I mean, they're just horrible, horrible bills, but we don't think they're going to go anywhere. But we can't ignore them. So we're working on those also. One of them is relating to putting a designation on a person's driver's license that indicates the person is required to register. And so I've already met with the legislator who filed that bill. What he didn't realize is there's already an indication on the license. Since someone who's registered has to renew their license every year, you look at the issue date and then the renewal date, and it's 1 year. Nobody else has a 1-year registration renewal requirement. So I said to him, there's already an indication on the driver's license. Do you think that DPS is going to want to spend money on this when there's already he didn't even know that. So whether he's going to move forward with that bill, we don't know. There's just so many of them. I mean, I can't even tell you. There's a lot this time around.
When you mention the residency bills, can you explain a little bit in case people are not familiar? Yeah,
so if you're on parole, you'll have a 500-foot residency restriction and child safe zone restriction, where you can't be within 500 feet of any child safe zone, which is schools, parks, daycares. But individual cities and towns can impose more footage if they want through an ordinance, like 1,000 feet or 1,500 feet. So these bills, most of them, are trying to create a statewide residency restriction, which means when you've served your sentence, you've done your time, you would still be restricted from living in certain areas. Well, you already are in several cities, but not everywhere. So these bills would create like a statewide residency restriction for everyone on the registry, even if you've already served your time. So that's what we're fighting against.
And clearly not everyone who is labeled as a sex offender is their victim was a child. I mean,
right.
But it still affects
right.
them.
It does, and everybody's got a story. I mean, there are a lot of different situations out there. We've got 3 members who are married to their victim. So it's like, wow, these residency restrictions affect them and their victim. It's pretty ridiculous. And the thing is, there are decades of research on these type of restrictions. They don't prevent sexual abuse because almost all sex crimes are committed by someone the victim already knows. Stranger danger offenses are very rare, and a residency restriction won't stop those from happening. So they don't look at any of the research. They really don't care. I think a lot of these bills, the legislators are just trying to make a name for themselves so they can get reelected. Say that they're tough on crime kind of thing. But they hurt people. They hurt entire families. and they keep people from finding a place to live. And that's one of the things that we like to do, is try to help somebody get settled in, find a place to live, get a job, pay their bills, live a good, healthy lifestyle. But it's hard to do when you're living out of your car.
Yeah.
So their bills we talk about successful reentry, but their bills don't help with that at all.
And what about
So we're down there.
What about the school zones you had mentioned before? Or the bus.
The bus stop. We're getting a lot of people turned down because a school bus stops to drop off or pick up kids within 500 feet of where the person is living or wants to live. And we've testified against that at the Sunset Commission. We've sent letters. We've filed a couple of lawsuits. We're doing everything we can. Parole board says that it's a parole division. It's enforcing that. The parole division says that it's the parole board. So they're blaming each other. No one wants to take responsibility, and that's why it's in the courts. And we're trying to get it settled that way, because there is nowhere that you can live where a bus doesn't stop.
No.
These buses stop even out in the country. And we've had some really good, privately run halfway homes that have had to close down because of the bus stop.
And they changed the bus stops, like you said last time, so you don't know.
Right, families don't know. Yeah, they can change the bus stops anytime during the year if a new kid decides to grab a bus, or, it's certainly at the beginning of every school year, the bus stop drop-off and pick-up areas change. So there's no way for a family to make plans for their loved one to come home. They don't know. You don't know until the loved one sends in their paperwork and gives them an address, and then they come back and say, no, you can't live there. So it's just a huge mess. I mean, there are so many people sitting in prison right now that could have already been out and could have already been home, but they're waiting on a waiting list for a bed at one of these horrible state-run facilities.
Yeah,
So
and then you had that one facility in Houston that had been there for years, if I remember.
Yes.
And then they changed the bus stop.
Right. The one I hear the most about is the one in El Paso. That one is like out in the middle of nowhere, and there's no jobs for anybody. They claim that they give you a caseworker, but the caseworkers don't seem to do much. It's not much better than being in prison. So that's the kind of things we try to work on, is so people can get out, get a place to live, get a job, and move on. And most people do, but, we just keep closing those doors for some reason right in their face when they're trying to do what the state says that they want them to do. So it's a bad situation, but we're out here working, and there's a bunch of us, and there's national organization that we work with, and there are other states that have groups similar to Texas Voices, and we all connect to find out what each group is doing in their state. So it's a lot of work, but it's good work.
So in case someone wants to write to you directly, what is your mailing address?
Okay, it's Texas Voices, P.O. Box 23539, San Antonio, Texas, 78223.
All right.
And if you are someone who is incarcerated for a sex offense, you can have your families get a hold of us. Our website is texasvoices.org. We have a toll-free number. They can call and leave a message, and we will call them back.
What is that phone number?
That phone number is 877-215-6688.
Okay, and that's Texas Voices. Texas is spelled out, correct?
Right, correct. TexasVoices.org. So tell your families about us. We're here for them, and they can help us, and we can plug them into our email group, and they will always know what's going on. That they can pass the information right along to you.
That sounds great, Mary Sue. And just to make sure I've got that P.O. box correct, that's 23539 San Antonio.
Right.
San Antonio
78223.
223. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Mary Sue. And I hope you have a great weekend and enjoy this warm weather.
Thank you. You guys do the same thing. And I'm getting on the internet right now to make a donation.
Oh, thank you, Mary Sue. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, we appreciate you guys, too. Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Oh, we'll see you in 6 weeks.
Sounds good. Okay,
right.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, now for some pitching. Maybe Linda wants to pitch. Put her on the...
Okay.
I did.
Hey, guys, I just wanted to see if I could get someone to send some donations to us. We really would appreciate it. We want to keep this radio station on the air, so if any of the families of the inmates have a little bit of cash, even $5, we'll be grateful to accept it. So, thank you for listening.
Woohoo. $5 means a lot.
Yes, it does.
Y'all remember whenever Coyote gave us, it was the equivalent of like $7, but she was from Vietnam, right?
Japan.
Japan, yeah.
So it was really hard for her to give it to us, but she did. And it really meant a lot because the harder you dig,
That's right.
the more it means to us. And we're not looking to get rich. What happens is KPFT wants to know that we have listeners. And so by you making a donation in any amount, that lets them know that you're listening.
Yes.
This is a listener-sponsored show. So without you donating, then they don't know you're listening. And we know we got a lot of listeners out there. And I count all y'all on Facebook. I count all y'all on YouTube. You guys that are incarcerated, you're listening too. I mean, we have a potential to have 900,000 of you guys across 45 states that are actually listening to our voice. So you can donate just as well. You can send it to us. You can send it to my address at 226 Chipmunk Trail, Shepherd, Texas 77371, or you can send it here to the studio if you have access to go to kpft.org and hit the donate button and come down. Or you can have your family members just call 713-526-5738, option number 1 for the donation. And it's a secure donation. And again, I'd like to reiterate about the sustainer, because if you can afford $10 a month, that's a $120 donation that we'll get because they'll give us credit for the whole year. And I had a buddy of mine that donated $100, and so $100 for 12 months, of course, that's $1,200. So whatever you got, it doesn't matter. $5, $10, $20, or do it by the month. We'd really appreciate your donation.
Absolutely. And I know David has some T-shirts, right, David?
Yeah, I've got some T-shirts. Matter of fact, I've got a large T-shirt out in the truck right now. So if you give us a $50 donation, we'll make sure that you get the T-shirt, and I'll send it to you on my dime. So.
All right. Now, next up is Terry Peden, attorney Terry Peden.
Does he need one of my cough drops?
I'm going to be all right, brother. I'll be all right.
I'm
just trying to look out for you, man.
Hang on. Give me the Lysol.
Appreciate that. Huh?
Y'all freaking me out.
We go around spraying everybody.
So what you got for us tonight?
Okay, so first and foremost, thank you all. Always appreciative of the opportunity. Today, I'm gonna tie in some advice that the guys can use to help make parole, but just want to talk, you know. So the theme of what I want to talk about tonight is I seen a grown man cry in court today. And a little bit of background. So I do, on the criminal side of my practice, I do criminal defense on the front end as well as parole on the back end of the system. And I was in misdemeanor court. This actually happened a week, maybe 2 weeks ago. But I was in misdemeanor court downtown Harris County, Houston, Texas. And when I walked into the courtroom, I saw it's all type of individuals in the criminal court. I really like it. But so I walk in, I'm in the area waiting on the elevator, and it's a great big old guy, about 6'6", face full of tattoos, got jewelry all on his chest, 3-4 chains, got a bracelet and a watch and rings, dressed in the finest street attire, the finest Egyptian cotton the streets can buy. So he's just decked out, right? He has a baby with him, and he has a young lady. I don't know if that's his child's mother or if that's maybe one of his older children. I don't know, but in any event, he's accompanied by a little baby girl, toddler, and a young woman. So he's down there. He's just mean mugging. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, look, it's 9:30 in the morning. I don't know you, so I just noticed him, and then I kept it moving, got on the elevator. I go up to my floor where I had a case at. I go in, and I have a seat, and I was a bit shocked because it was an older attorney who, from my perspective, looked like he was throwing his client all the way under the bus. He was throwing the client in the gutter that the bus was rolling over. Took the lid off and threw him in there, and then put the lid back on, and the bus ran over it. So I'm like, damn. And myself and the other attorneys, we kind of looking around like, is he really up there saying, my client ain't gonna do nothing? He ain't paid me my money. We've been down here a million times. And he's basically pleading with the judge to allow his client to do what's called an unsat term, unsatisfactorily. Well, he's asking the judge to unsat term his client, to unsatisfactorily terminate his probation, which is basically what you see when the court has just had enough. You've been put on probation or deferred or whatever type of supervision they put you on for your conviction, and then you haven't done what's required, and the case has drug on for years and years and years. We're in a misdemeanor court, so it's a misdemeanor offense, and they just pretty much throw up their hands and say, all right, you've been dealing with us for all this time, and we'll just take that as credit for you not doing what you were supposed to, but we tied you up for however long you've been basically kind of avoiding doing what was required. So in the process of this, I'm like, man, I don't know what's going on. So then the judge calls up the client, and it happens to be the big mean mugger. We'll just call him the mean mugger. So Big Mean Mug gets up there, and the judge is like, all right, Big Mean Mug, come on up. And I noticed Big Mean Mug was in the court, but I didn't know that was his lawyer up there throwing him under the bus like that. So I'm like, oh, they got the wrong one. He came in the court mad today, and he's getting tossed under the bus like this. So Mean Mugger's over there talking under his breath. He's huffing, he's puffing, but he's saying it loud enough so that, basically everybody in the back half of the court can kind of hear what he's saying, but he's just really beside himself. He's angry, he's upset. So judge calls him up, and we start going through, we start figuring out, I got my popcorn. I'm like, oh, what's going on in here today? So I'm on popcorn now. I got a little, a little soda water, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? So basically, Mean Mugger had been put on probation, DWI, misdemeanor probation, about 3 years ago. Misdemeanor probation isn't supposed to last any longer than a year, maybe 18 months. And the deal with that, at least in Houston, is that basically, hey, if we give you a year and you do everything you're supposed to do and required to do, you can come back in 6 months and have your probation finished early. So the fact that this case is like 3-4 years old and we still haven't done anything, and the judge is looking through the motion to revoke or going through his initial plea paperwork that has all his conditions, and bruh hasn't done nothing, right? So everything he was supposed to do, from paying fees and fines, going to classes, volunteering, community service, he hasn't done anything. So judge is lighting him up. Mean Mugger did something I've never seen before. I seen a grown man cry in court over a misdemeanor. And also, let me add this. He's on probation for a non-jail offense that you signed a plea deal for, which means that you did it. I don't know how to like let the cat out the bag, but you're guilty, right? So all that to say, Mean Mug decides he throws up both his hands, says, "Judge, I want to be heard." And the man literally started crying, but it wasn't like, I've seen men cry in court. It's painful. Guilty or not, you're going through this experience. Maybe it's a point of reckoning. Maybe it's a point of injustice. But for whatever, at this point, all the bricks are falling on you, and it's a human emotion. So I'm not judging the man based on him crying in the situation or a person in prison crying. It's not about that. But it's the fact that, you're here with a toddler, but man, you're 6'6", with all the accoutrements. You're telling the judge, "Hey, judge, I can't pay the $100, man. I can't afford to go over here and do this and that." You got a chest full of jewelry. You dressed in Louis Vuitton clothes. You got on $300 tennis shoes. So it's just like, I got a hard time respecting that, because you got a child and a woman out there, and at your age, the community needs you. I talk about this a lot. Our neighborhoods need y'all to come out here and be on your best. We need the best version of you. That wasn't the best version of that man that day in court, right? And I hope that was a point maybe of reckoning for him. But just, tying it back in, how does this relate to area of my practice, which is parole representation, why I'm here speaking with you all. If you carry that type of mentality and attitude, man, don't call me, right? If you're serious about, this is where I'm at in life, this is what got me here, this is what, I'm running out of time?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, in any event, if you're serious and you got the right attitude and mentality, give me a call. I can help you. I've had my ugly moments. That was obviously not one of his best. But like I said, the neighborhoods, communities, our nation needs you all to come home and add value by being the best version of yourselves, not running from responsibility and accountability, but living up and setting a great example.
What's your address? Physical address?
My yes, ma'am. My writing address is P.O. Box 1410, Houston, Texas 77251. The name of my law firm is The Law Group of THP. The Law Group of THP. And again, P.O. Box 1410, Houston, Texas 77251. My phone number is 334-544-9471. One last thing, I don't know if y'all probably got a lot of time and got something to do. Look at everything going on right now. Hey, if you don't already have a trade and a skill set, Donald Trump, and I'm not getting political, but Donald Trump is slashing budget cuts all over the place. So if you didn't anticipate the support before, don't anticipate it now. Take advantage of all the resources, education-wise, getting your degrees, GEDs, trades, vocation, things of that nature. And when you get home, let's make it happen. Because a lot of the stuff that might have been out there before that I've promoted in the past, Harris County is budget cut, possibly going to lose $600 million of federal funding. And a lot of that was geared at reentry and at anti-recidivism and things of that nature anyway. Thank you for your time. God bless y'all.
All right. Thank you very much. Good information. Great information, actually. And now we have Mr. Abe.
I'd like to thank Mary and David, though, for their donations, and make sure that everybody realizes that we are still in fund drive, and any amount will help us out. So just call 713-526-5738.
And that's option 2.
No, option 2 for shout out.
Option 2
option 1
for shout out. That's right. Option 1 to make the donations. Thank you.
Thanks, Abe.
You skipped your 2 minutes of pitching, and I'm going to just pitch it right now and say I'm in at $3 a month. That's what I could afford, and if that's what it works for you, then pitch it in. And there's higher levels. You can do a big one-time donation, whatever it is, to keep the show on the air. It's vital. That's how public radio works. It's how this show works. So I'm grateful to be a part of it. And if you're listening, find a way to scratch something together and send it in to make it keep the show on the air. David, sounds like you're still healing, but
yep.
God glad that you chose health and self-care last week. And the last time I was on, I was just getting over a big lung infection, so I'm just grateful to be back and healthy. I want to start out tonight with some good news. Just before about 4 o'clock this afternoon, we heard that Governor Ivey in Alabama commuted the death sentence of a guy named Rocky Myers. Now, it's a shame that he's going to have to die in prison, but he's no longer facing execution. And just a week ago, the Alabama Supreme Court cleared the way for Governor Ivey to set a date for him. And this is a guy that's got, overwhelming questions about his guilt. We think he's innocent, but his lawyers certainly think he's innocent. However, what was amazing is that the advocacy that went on around Rocky Myers' case was such that the governor's office actually asked for details and information in the arguments that we were making. And I want to say that we got the phones ringing and had people calling Wednesday and Thursday, and we knew that every call was being logged and they were paying attention to it. And that's why it's important when somebody says, hey, it's time to call the governor, that you do it. And today, Governor Ivey surprised everybody by, instead of setting a date, which is what we expected, is they were going to set an execution date for this guy, instead she commuted his death sentence. Even taking the Attorney General of Alabama by surprise, which is huge. He's shocked and saying, we've been defending this conviction for 30 years, and now you take him off of death row without even talking to me. It's amazing. And hopefully this will be a new day for Governor Ivey, at least with people that have real claims of innocence. There's a couple other guys in Alabama that have real claims of innocence, as is the case all over this country. So that's Rocky Myers. That's first good news. And then I think Dani mentioned it earlier, but the other day the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in the case of Richard Glossip in Oklahoma, essentially ruling, recognizing that the state had withheld evidence and he basically had an unfair trial. And because of that, they threw out his conviction and gave him a new trial. What was unique about that case was that you had the Attorney General of Oklahoma saying that he wanted the power to take over that case and take it away from the county prosecutors. And that's the precedent here that may actually backfire for some folks. For example, in Tennessee, you have newly elected, not so newly anymore, but elected county prosecutors that wanted to do conviction integrity units and reverse convictions based on cases that they saw. And the Attorney General wanted to reverse that. And that's going to be a problem if they make it so that the Attorney General gets to decide how it's going. If it's a bad Attorney General, like what we had in Texas and in many other states, then, it may not be the right precedent for them, but it is the right precedent for Richard Glossip. He gets a new trial. He's going to get a proper defense, and maybe, just maybe, he'll end up being free. But what's important to know about Richard Glossip in his case, this guy had 3 last meals. He was that close to being executed 3 times. Last meals. He had 9 execution dates, I think. And it took somebody making a film. Somebody made a film about his case. And a guy saw it who happened to have a connection to some right-wing pro-death penalty legislators, and he sat them down and made them watch it. And when they watched it, they said, oh my gosh, this guy's innocent. And they started to become advocates for that case. And they would get up and they still will say, I'm for the death penalty, but not for this guy. Right? Well, it took a film. It took somebody connected to a right-wing pro-death penalty legislators who had become advocates. It took people who wrote big articles over the years. It took Dr. Phil getting involved. It took in order for an outside of Texas law firm, outside of Oklahoma law firm, it was actually a Texas law firm that put 30 attorneys analyzing every shred of evidence in that case to write a report saying, here's why this guy isn't guilty or isn't fully culpable. And all of those resources went into that one case. And the problem here, and this is where I get in a little trouble when I say every case needs the gloss of treatment, that's not a bad thing. And what I mean by that is every case, especially when somebody's got a legitimate, reasonable claim of innocence, it should have thorough reevaluation, and that should be possible. And the problem is that in most cases, and we've talked about this before, you get what's called a procedural bar, and most people that have a reasonable case of innocence who should be able to bring new evidence, and not just new evidence about innocence, but also of unfairness in their trial, such as the guy that was executed 2 years ago now in Texas, who had a racist jury foreperson. That should have been evaluated, but it was procedurally barred. And that's the challenge that we have. So everybody should get the gloss of treatment, which by that I mean a full, thorough vetting of their case, and then people to advocate for them. And in this case, it worked out. So those 2 bits of good news. And now the bad news. And there's a lot of it. But I'm just going to run down the execution schedule. I'm going to go quickly because I know my time is already a bit limited. But we're going to say first, number 1, tomorrow, March 1st, is Abolition Day, I like to call it. It's the anniversary of the day in 1847 when the state of Michigan became the first English-speaking territory in the world to abolish the death penalty. That's March 1st. And then we're going to have a pretty busy month of executions, it looks like. A week from tonight in South Carolina, the first firing squad execution in 15 years, a guy named Brad Sigmund. He is chosen in South Carolina. You are compelled to choose between electrocution, lethal injection, or firing squad. And Brad Sigmund has chosen firing squad. And in part because they got a hold of the autopsy of the last guy executed. It turns out they administered twice the amount of pentobarbital that the state said they would need to kill Marion Bowman, and his lungs were massively swollen with blood and fluid, and like Brad wants to avoid all that pain and suffering that happens when you're lethally injected. With a firing squad, he's going to be dead within a minute when they shoot him, assuming that execution goes forward, which there's really nothing in the way of it. We'll see what happens. Then on the 13th in Texas, David Wood. Lo and behold, we've got a guy with, again, his lawyers are out there saying this guy's innocent, and there's not a big campaign out there about it. We've got stuff. I've put links to all these cases, by the way, in the comments on the Facebook page for this broadcast, so you can find them there, or just go to deathpenaltyaction.org, and they're all there. But David Wood, he's known as the Desert Killer. He's allegedly a serial killer, but he's always maintained innocence in this case. And apparently, there's a lot of questions about his guilt. It's all circumstantial, and we need to look at that. And he is at a week ago tonight, his lawyers filed his second application for a writ of habeas corpus, and we're still waiting for the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals to decide whether to grant that. If they do, it'll be amazing, but procedural bars. I mean, who knows what's going to happen in that case, but it's possible on the 13th that we'll see that execution of a guy who's always maintained his innocence. On the 18th in Louisiana, we're going to see the first gas suffocation execution in Louisiana, unless it gets put off. Louisiana will be the second state in the country to use gas executions, gas suffocation. It was supposed to be a guy named Christopher Vela, but also a week ago tonight, he was in the hospital. The doctor said he needed to have his leg amputated. But instead of giving him treatment, they sent him back to his cell in Angola, in the prison in Louisiana, and he died over Saturday night. He was 81 years old. He was already very sick. But this was the guy they wanted to start with wheelchair executions with gas suffocation in Louisiana. So now the next guy in Louisiana is Jesse Hoffman, and they're fighting it. What's amazing about that in Louisiana is you've got they just had a bunch of veterinarians coming out and saying, we don't do this to animals, we shouldn't be doing it to people. They're talking about gas suffocation. And also the Jewish community has really come out strong in Louisiana about the idea of gas executions. Then just quickly in Arizona, On the 19th, you've got Aaron Gunches, who's a volunteer. Then on the 20th, we have executions in the morning in Oklahoma, Wendell Grissom, and in the evening, Edward James. You know, and the common theme, again, in all these executions is, you know, drugs and addiction and neglect as children and all that sort of thing. And then just quickly, Florida has just introduced new legislation to make add the death penalty for human trafficking. I want to talk quickly about bad bills. In Alabama, they've got a bill for getting the death penalty if you rape a child. I think that Mary Sue was talking about that before in Texas. In Ohio, they're trying to bring gas in. In Idaho, they're making firing squad the primary method of execution. Several states, and these aren't going to pass or they won't be upheld, but there are several states where they're trying to make having an abortion or giving an abortion punishable by death also. And we also have some good bills, repeal the death penalty bills in Ohio and Indiana, and there's other stuff happening, but I'm running out of time. Quickly, on the federal death penalty, I just want to say that here's the thing we need to know about federal prisons, and we're talking about the budget cuts and all that stuff that's happening, and the slashing and the firing of whole numbers of people. Well, here's the thing that should be scary. The Trump administration, and Pam Bondi has mentioned that she's the new attorney general, their mission is to try to make it as tough as possible to be in prison, have the punishment be as bad as it can be, recognizing the severity of the crimes that people have committed. And here's what we know. The entire leadership of the Federal Bureau of Prisons has either been fired or resigned in the last couple of weeks. And I think a big part of that is not being aligned with the idea that prisons need to be torturous. I'm not going to say that federal prisons are a piece of cake. They're often horrific, but just the idea that people who are professional corrections officials are resigning or being fired because they won't do what this Trump administration wants to do, that should be a heads up for all of us. Quickly also, they just announced that Mexico has transferred a bunch of drug kingpin type people, drug dealers, drug cartel people to the United States, and you can bet that they will try to sentence some of those people to death with the federal death penalty. So that's happening. And just finally, shout out to Rodney Reed, shout out to Melissa Lucio, Moises Mendoza, Matthew Johnson's waiting on. We just got a date. Also, there are all those people are in Texas. And you can write to us at Death Penalty Action, P.O. Box 89 in Ghent, Ghent 12075. That's P.O. Box 89 in Ghent, New York 12075. And look at that, I got through all my notes. And one more time, 713-526-5738, option 1, give us all your money. Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you, Abe.
Better be careful, Abe. I went to prison for robbery. Yeah, give us all your money.
Give us all your money.
That's all you got to say, and you're gone.
I think, is he still there? No.
No, he's gone.
He's gone.
But I thought it was funny, the way he said that.
Yeah, I thought it was.
But he's right. We need your money. We ain't going to beat around the bush. I always say the way Ray said it, and it's really the way it is. We don't care if you listen to the show. We want you to listen to the show. We want you to tune in. We don't charge you for that. But it's like going to the drugstore and reading the magazine standing at the counter. It's better if you subscribe. If you subscribe, then it's your magazine. You can do whatever you want, and we're your show. We want you to call us. We want you to make shout-outs. We want to give you the news that you can use. But you have to donate. Just call 713-526-5738, option number 1, or I just went to kpft.org, and I hit the donate button, and I made sure that I hit the drop-down menu and donated to The Prison Show. We're under the T's. We're not under the P's. Ray Hill named us The Prison Show, and I bet it drives Terry Leclerc crazy because in the library you listed under the P's, not the T's. But being an English teacher, she's got to roll her eyes at it because I think it's funny.
All right. Now, how about Linda?
Yes, I'm here.
Go ahead.
Okay, I've got some birthdays tonight, guys. DeMondre Miller, March 1st. Gerald Eldridge, March 4th. Jaime Cole, March 5th. Varian Wardrop, March 6th.
Woohoo!
Autumn Bridgers, March 6th. Juan Alvarez, March 9th. Juan Ramirez, March 11th. Raul Cortez, March 17th. Andre Thomas, March 17th. Charles Raby, March 22nd. Christopher Love, March 23. Paul Slater, March 29. Warren Rivers, March 31st. So you guys have a happy birthday this month. Or next month, I'm sorry.
Next
tomorrow.
month. Well, it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
So it's yeah, February was short.
Very short.
All right. Did you have anything else, Linda?
No, this is the birthdays.
Okay. Linda went to, you went to that hearing.
Oh, yes. In Texarkana Monday for Kimberly Cargile. And I thought it was really good because her attorneys are excellent. And I really believe that this judge will give her a new trial. But, you know, because I wasn't impressed with the DA. He really didn't have anything to say except, you know, no, we think she's guilty and we're going to go far, leave her on death row. But her attorney really put some good points out there. And I really enjoyed that, to see somebody fight for her, because she does not deserve to be treated the way she's been treated.
Well, and that's one thing that we do. We, Linda and I, more so Linda because I work during the week, but we do try to attend hearings depending on how far it is. If it's in El Paso, we probably can't make it, but anywhere around the Houston area, Texarkana, we try to make it up to the hearings as often as we can. So that's what the Death Row Angels try. We try to help y'all out, show support. So we definitely thank Linda for that, for doing that. And I know that everyone is aware of the 15-day lockdowns that the different units have been going through. And it's not the whole unit, it's different pods, different sections of the unit. And they are going through it. You do not get to call. You do not get to have visits. You do not get to email. Everything is taken from you for those 15 days. And I know that everyone also is aware, but they put it on your tablet so you can read everything. I don't have to read everything that's involved. But there's also an anonymous tip line. Now, everybody knows that Linda and I, Leslie, I don't know if you go on to TDCJ Troll. Do you go on the Troll? You need to go on are you on Facebook? Well, he's everywhere, or she. They. It could be multiple people, but they are on Instagram.
LOL.
Well,
Used to be a he, now she.
Yeah, no.
They recruited assistants.
They, them are on every platform there is.
Okay.
Even X. I'm not sure why they're on X. Anyway, okay, and they have a lot of information given to them by either former employees or current employees. They are telling people some people, unit staff, I'm not saying all, because there's some good staff members out there. They have access to the identity of the inmates who make reports to the tip line. In one allegation, an administration employee walked to a housing area and told an inmate that he had been reported by another. So what that does is give the identity. If you make a tip to the tip line, it gives your name. Mm-hmm. And then administration goes in and says, hey, Terry, Leslie gave you up. So Terry's mad at Leslie now because Leslie gave you up.
Well, now I'm going to plant some K2 and a cell phone in her cell and see how she likes that. Snatch that parole.
Take that, Leslie.
Take that, Leslie.
Hugs, not drugs.
A little
That's
K2 in your mattress, huh? Before we do a raid, huh? A little no show.
Did you see where they raided that? I guess it was a county jail, and then I asked. The lady said that they were holding a sign up in the window, and I said, "Well, did you get a picture of it?" And she did. She got a picture of it.
What did the sign say?
Help me.
Help me.
The officers were ripping their stuff all up, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm sure everyone heard about the Liberty County Jail.
I think that's what I was referring to.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, the incarcerated people took
They
over.
took over.
Yeah, they took over. And that's what we heard about the Hughes unit. The Hughes unit, they took over one of the pods.
You gonna come in and rip up all my stuff? I'm gonna rip up all yours.
That's right. So y'all
They were
just
throwing K2 over there, Terry.
Bring in all the K2. Everybody gets a K today.
be like Oprah
You get
Winfrey.
one,
You get one. You get one.
No, we laughing, but that K2 ain't no punk.
No,
We're everyone. Please understand, this is a joke. We're not being. Don't write to us. Don't come for us. We are joking, please.
Your pole dancing buddy, he's gonna say something.
All right, pole dancer. Yeah. So just a heads up, y'all. Just be very careful. And TDC's not letting up on this. So we everybody on the outside here are clenching their butt cheeks, waiting for that phone to ring, going, "Am I still going to have my visit this weekend?" Because they'll do it like at the drop of a hat. They'll shut a section down, which is not really fair, especially when you're flying across country, which has happened. Don't think it won't. They have had mothers flying across country to see their son, and then they're turned away. Like, nope, can't see them, which is sad. When they've purchased the ticket, they've done everything, and then they're turned away. So just be very careful of using the tip line. Y'all be very careful out in the units. While we appreciate the sentiment, we don't want any K2, no drugs, none of that in the units, because it just hurts the people we love that are in there. So,
and you look super crazy smoking K2, bruh.
Yes.
Nobody ever told you. You look just ridiculous. Please. Get you a little weed, a little Black and Miles. If you're going to do anything, I ain't telling you to do that, but don't smoke K2, bruh. It's just terrible. You hollering on the floor, you rolling all around in your bodily fluids. It's not a good look.
They be
fellas.
drooling and flopping and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, doing all types of stuff. Man,
and
come
you
on,
can,
brother.
and we
Get
can
it together,
hear,
brother.
We can hear y'all not meaning y'all, but we can hear when we're on the phone with our loved ones. We can hear the people doing that.
Zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, talk about zombie. Maybe that's what.
What does that sound like? That's what you in there doing like K2, man. Leave the flock alone, bro. Please.
Leave the flock alone.
They do that whenever you're on the phone with the client.
The COs.
Yeah.
Bringing that in.
She should be talking in the mic. It sounds weird. She's all up in the background.
Y'all up.
How about the COs to stop bringing that K2 in?
Yeah, they're making too much money.
How about some rehabilitation inside those units?
I was driving by the Hughes unit the other day, and a guy pulls out in front of me. He's a guard, and he's driving a brand new Corvette. Now, come on now.
Now you tell me how much overtime you work.
Yeah, nah, he ain't working overtime. He's working overtime bringing in that stuff. Yeah.
So that's just some information. Also, we've got a whole list of every bill that has been signed. Y'all need that list, or y'all want questions? Y'all just ask one of us. We'll be happy. And we got a whole bunch of letters too. That
I got a whole stack. So, and then I got a whole bunch of the e-messages and stuff too. So I'm gonna make a few shout outs later on. I think you got one you kind of got to clean up a little bit, but.
a little bit. Why you want to put me on the spot, Dave?
Yeah, because you got to clean up a little bit, but it's okay to say a little bit.
You talking about the guy that said he wanted to drink her bathwater?
Oh no,
Not that one.
No, not that one. The one of the kiss Linda's feet.
Oh, okay.
Lord.
A little neuroticism on a Friday night.
Now, we had a dude that wants to send a shout out to every woman he can imagine. I mean, he just
Every single
one of them.
Yeah,
He didn't care. He just named them all.
yeah. He didn't even name some, and he included them.
Included them too. So look, I got a few seconds left. I want to make sure that you guys are listening. Check out our Adovo page, or ever what you call it. Go to the Prison Show, and I uploaded the Prison Show film, and it just won a Best Documentary Feature up in New York City, and we're going to show it here in Houston. We're making arrangements to get a local place here in Houston so your loved ones can come see it, but we wanted to make sure you get to see it, and it's the Prison Show film by Gabriella Kessler out of France. More Frenchmen in the house doing documentaries. So we really appreciate it. But you guys, we also uploaded I'm Ready Warden, Carrie Blackinger's film that's up for an Oscar nomination. So y'all tune into our channel and make sure that you get to check out Miss Linda and Dani. And the camera's not on me, but there's one. What was that date? February 7th, where you can see most of us. And we're looking for a camera person. So if you're in the Houston area or very close by and don't mind driving in, and you've done a little bit of time and you want to give back, then you come visit the Prison Show. I keep getting all these messages from all these folks wanting to volunteer. Well, we need a camera person, and I want you to study up on Switcher Studio. And I'll send you some videos and do whatever you want. Do whatever you can to learn Switcher Studio. And if you make some mistakes, it's okay, because each week it'll get better, and I know that it will. So contact me. I'm on Facebook, or you can call me at 903-360-4697. Let's get somebody over there behind that camera. So that I've got 3 of them. I got 3 cameras, and we need to put them all together and use them all. So.
And real quick, thank you to Gloria. Thank you, Gloria, for your donation.
Yep, they're slowly but surely coming in. That's 3 donations tonight. But we got to hit our goal. And I'm not going to name off how much money we're making or how much we're not, because that's not important. But what is important is that you make a pledge in any amount. It don't matter. 713-526-5738, option number 1, or www.kpft.org. Let's pay the bills.
You're listening to KPFT Houston. Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Team. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped to represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas, obtain parole, and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. More information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, can be found on their website at parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
So what was it they called that whenever Gary made that donation? That's not an advertisement. That's a...
No, underwriter?
Underwriter. Yeah, he's being an underwriter. He's sponsoring us. So it takes so much a year for us to be here, and he donated that much, almost that much. What do they say? It takes like $10,000 a year, and he became a sustainer at $600 a month.
So did Paul Morgan.
And so did Paul Morgan. And then 68 Degrees became a sustainer at $100 a month. So that's still pretty good. And then Diamond, Rusty Diamond Network, they did it all at one time. So that was a very large donation all at one time. So, I mean, that's why we keep saying in any amount. I don't know how much money you got in your pocket. I know how much money I got in my pocket. So $5 to me might be $100 to you, or it might be $1,000 to somebody else. You may not ever miss that much money. I'd miss $1,000, but Terry might not. Terry donated a lot of money. Terry's a sustainer.
All right, don't tell that.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying, you're a sustainer, I'm a sustainer, Tom's a sustainer. I think Miss Linda and Dani, we're all sustainers. We also got those bricks. You guys can get a brick. How much are those bricks, Dani?
Watch out, you already went to jail for robbery, though.
Yeah.
Get caught. Gonna get jammed up in the feds now. I got the bricks.
It's a different kind of brick. It's a brick that you walk on. Walk outside the front door and look down at the ground, and you'll see one that says The Prison Show, Ray Hill, and you'll see Death Row Angels. You can get your name put on a brick. They got a brick. It's a 4x8, right? And then you get an 8x8.
The 4x8 is $25
Well, turn your mic on, Linda. They want to hear you. She back here talking in the background like Leslie.
It's $25 for the small one and $50 for the big one.
a month.
A month.
A month.
So you got to become a sustainer, and the way you do that is you go ahead and make your donation and get your donation on record, and then in your comments say that you want a brick, and then Robin Lewis will call you. And
Call him and say you want 1,000 grams. I want 1,000 grams. A whole brick.
Yeah, you on a roll tonight, ain't you?
And Danny and I are big girls, so we got a big brick.
Woohoo!
What the hell?
Yeah. Made me think about them chicks that we're talking about. They had to pull up their big girl panties, take care of business. Hey, that's what they do in prison. They got to put on their big girl panties.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Hey, look, guys, if you get anything out of the prison show, then that means you need to help sponsor us. We're listener sponsored. If we've ever done anything for you and you really enjoy our show or you're grateful for what we've done, then make a donation. And again, we don't care how much, because I don't know how much money you got. If you got lots of money, then make lots of donations. I mean, that's just stands to reason. That's the way it works. If you don't have a lot of money, we're not asking you to go broke, but you can show your love. At least show that you're listening. So 713-526-5738, option number 1, or www.kpft.org.
Or option number 2, to leave a shout out. Which
Yep, and we have some open lines.
Let's get to the shout outs. We have Annalisa.
Hello everyone, it's Annalisa. I hope you are all doing well. This is my message from my friend Isidro. Hello Isidro, I hope you are well. Hope you're doing something nice and that you can listen to this message. I'm well. I'm going to meet a friend. It's raining but it's not cold and everything is okay. It's Friday and so I look forward to the weekend that I will spend with my friend. I send you my warmest wishes, big hugs. Take care, stay well. Bye everyone, take care.
All right, now we have Ariana on line 2. Hi, Ariana.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Okay, you're on the air, so go ahead.
I just wanted to give a shout out to my husband, Abe. I hope you're listening right now. I miss you every second of every day, and I hope you're safe and okay. I need you to keep your head up and stand strong. You're definitely not in this alone. I'm always here, and I'm still at home waiting for you. I love you always, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. I just need you to be strong.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I hope you have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye. Okay, now we have Adrian.
Hi, Joe. It's Adrian. I hope your week has been full of blessings, and we're sending love, light, and peace from Kentucky. Tyler, Jenny, Tim, and I read your beautiful testimony on the Prison Show page, and we're lifting you up in prayer, asking that God continues to work through you to shine His light and guide others towards the Savior and the ultimate Redeemer. So stay strong in faith, brother, and we're praying for your peace and your strength. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot Thou hast taught me to say, it is well, it is well with my soul, it is well with my soul, it is well, it is well with my soul.
That was awesome.
Yeah, left speechless. I wanted to start singing the canon with her. You know how you go back and forth?
Yeah. Well, Joel wrote an amazing testimony for us that we put up on our Facebook page. And that was amazing. That was his sister?
Adrian.
Yeah, I think I know that Linda and I met his sister, but I thought her name was Jenny.
Yeah, well, I got a message from Jenny, but the email said it was from Adrian. So.
Okay. Well, Joel, we appreciate the testimony that you gave about the prison show and the fact that you've been listening for years. We appreciate it very much, and everyone here at the station, we all love you. Thank you so much. Now we have Coco on line 3.
Hector Pacheco Morales. My name is Coco. I go by Coco in prison. I was in Ramsey in 2019. David Collingsworth helped me out, so I gave him my first shout out is for David and your crew for helping me out when I needed help. And I want to let everybody know in TDCJ, if you have a medical condition, you have to file a Title VI because of discriminating of your medical. I fought, and I finally got it, but that's not why I'm calling. I was switched over to LeBlanc in 2021 after COVID, and there they switched me over to K2. I was there for 3 years. I couldn't leave. And so when I hear about K2 fentanyl, you guys, don't think about you. Think about the people. I have cancer now because of it. And I'm suing Beaumont and TDCJ, UTMB because of it. But I'm not here for that. I'm here to all my LGBT and my transgender people. My name is Hector Pacheco Morales, and I go by Coco Slays. Coco Slays 88 at Gmail. And my phone number is 580-853-6912. After I got released, I went to Oklahoma. If you guys have problems, let me know. Have your family contact me, because I'll help you guys get through it. And people behind the walls, death row, and I was in protective custody for a month just because they didn't have electric power cord. Let me tell you, that's a violation of my disability, and I didn't get no electric outlet. So you gotta understand that if you want help, use that tablet. The tablet has everything in there. And this is my first time calling. I had so much, and if I could see David Collingsworth, I want to thank him. He helped me out.
I'm right here.
Thank you, David. Thank you very much for helping me out. The time I needed it, you gave me it. I don't know, the big packet I sent you back in the day,
yeah,
but you helped me out. And I'm going to tell everybody, the people I have on my list real quick. Austin Eversole of Pulaski, Robert Felton of LeBlanc, Samuel Ayala of Cofield, Sejayan Desipovic of Cofield, Tyran Drew of Robertson, Caleb Gray of Lewis Unit, Corey McCollum of Pulaski Unit, Johnny Boy Galan of Cofield, New York of Ferguson, Chris Templin of Luther, and Spieler at Wing Unit, and Nicholas Reyes of Ferguson Unit. Hey, you guys, I'm still working on it. I got my lawsuit in. I'm almost done. I sent it in yesterday, and it's going through. And I'm going to try to help everybody out that reaches out to me, the email or the phone call. Even if I don't answer, just leave me a message or email. Have your family email me. I'll help you. The tablet, use the tablet. Go to the Jailhouse handbook. It has it all in there. And I'll help you guide you guys through it. I helped myself. That's what I did it for 3 years.
Can you repeat your phone number just to make sure I have it correctly?
Yeah, it's 580-853-6912. I'm sorry, 6912. And my email for you guys in Houston. Oh, a big shout out to J. Dangon, Cryptochrist, and Rosita, the people over there. They email me too. CocoSlays88@gmail.com. For all you LGBT and transgender, if you have problems, you still fall under the Title VI until they get rid of it. TDCJ is a federal funded. If they violate it, you got to do your grievances. It's a step-by-step. And I'll help you guys out. And I just want to say, David, thank you for helping me out.
Oh, thank you for remembering. I just pay it forward, brother. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, I'm doing baby steps. I was going to fund you guys, but right now I got this lawsuit that's going on. It's taking a little bit of my cash on my disability, but I'm going forward with Beaumont about the K2, the air quality, because over there, because of that polycythemia, with the refineries and everything, I have cancer. I go June to check it out again. If it got big, I'm going to sue them. But right now, the ones that goes back to the very first beginning, it's looking good. But I just want to shout out to you guys that I told you I was going to call in. I finally got it, and I'm going to support you guys too, KPFT. You guys, thank you for the time we were going during COVID. You guys give me heads up about what to do, what not, about COVID. If they were violating, hey, he just went into in quarantine. Why did he come back? He didn't have the proper, quarantine stuff on. But yeah, thank you very much. And just my word to everybody: use the tablet. I can't even get on the LexisNexis because I have to be an attorney. It's all there. Just use it. That's all I wanted to say.
All right.
Thanks,
you.
Coco.
Thank you, Coco.
I'll call back next week.
All right.
Okay, God bless you too.
All right. Now we're going to get to Captain Tom. Hey, Captain Tom.
How's everybody doing? David, how you doing? You doing any better?
I feel fine. I just don't sound fine.
Yeah, I know. You don't sound yourself.
I look all right. You ought to see me. You should be here. Like old times, huh?
No quiet time for you in the studio. Sorry. All right. Let's go with our shout-outs first. Arkansas, Leroy, John Armstrong, J.B. Anderson, Leslie Bowman, Pete Stein, George Johnson, John R. Green, Stephen.
Oh, I think we cut it, Captain.
She did. She cut him off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just getting warmed up, y'all.
Yeah.
Louis
you put her
Armstrong.
straight out on the air.
All right. And wait, who was that?
Now talk to her over there.
Okay.
It's all right, Miss Linda. Play it.
Yeah, she hit the on-air button instead of the answer button.
Okay.
So Tom, call us back. He hope he don't get his feelings hurt and think she did it on purpose.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we hung up on Savannah and Pasquale too. So let's put them on the air.
Oh, Savannah.
Hey, Savannah.
Hey,
y'all. Hey, how's everybody?
Whenever Linda answered Savannah, she put her straight on the air. That's how she hung up on Tom.
That kind of service, a royalty service.
Yeah.
Thank you, Linda. Well, Pasquale actually called in, and we just wanted to say hi and allow him to give a shout out. So go ahead, honey.
How y'all doing? Hey, Brother Dave.
Hey, James, how you doing? Pasquale?
Wonderful. I love all y'all. So, I want to give a shout out to the the brother that was from Huntsville Unit that was able to attend the marriage seminar that me and Savannah was at. I want to give a shout out to all my brothers in CDCJ. All you mighty men of God, man. Y'all keep y'all head up. And God love you, man. I love you. And I'm going to be trying to, come through there, do a little prison tour. I want to give a shout out to Hardy, Baxter, Sarah Vance Unit. I want to give a shout out to Macho, All Red, and Isaac Thomas, Big Ike. And I love y'all, man. Y'all keep y'all head up, and I will be coming through soon. God bless.
And I have one shout out. I want to give a shout out to everybody that Pasquale shouted out, and South Park on McConnell Unit. And also shout out to all the advocates who are fighting for our loved ones at the Capitol. It's a tough terrain this session, and just want to thank everybody for their tireless efforts to get something done for our loved ones.
Well, thank you, Savannah, so much. We appreciate you and Pasquale. We hope you have a fantastic weekend.
Same to y'all.
Same to y'all.
Bye-bye.
Love y'all.
Bye. All right. Now let's put Captain Tom back on the... Hey.
Okay, third topic, I guess. That's all right. All right, let me try again. Arkansas, Leroy, John Armstrong, J.B. Anderson, Clarence Lee Bowman, Pete Sine, George Johnson, John R. Green, Stephen Young, Terrence Carmichael, Mike Dean, Robert Brown, Terry Lewis, Samuel B. Harris, Robert Harris, Thomas Harris, Jacob Howell, Peters Torres, and Thomas Mitchell, and also we have Bobby Joe Harper. And now, can I go ahead and promote KPFT?
I don't know. Can you?
Huh?
I said, I don't know. Can you?
Yeah, I can. I always do that.
Well, go right on ahead, Tom.
All right, sir. You can donate to KPFT. We're in fund drive, and donate to KPFT by going to kpft.org or call 713-526-5738 or text the word GIVE to 713-526-5738. You can also become a sustainer like I am, and also David is, and I think Dani is, and Linda is, and everybody's a sustainer. And also you can buy a brick. You can buy a brick for $25 and also buy a large brick for $50. And you can have your name inscribed on the brick.
See, Terry, he's selling bricks too.
Yeah, I'm about to get out of here. I ain't got time to get caught in the RICO. It's time for me to go, man. It's a conspiracy at this point. It's got to be a conspiracy, man.
It's a lot of bricks, man.
A lot of bricks, man.
4x8 or 8x8, whichever one you want.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll help build the wall down there at the border, We'll buy all the bricks.
No, don't even go there, Tom.
Really?
He's going to use the bricks down at the border. Come on, man.
That was... I know.
Let me continue here.
Yeah, they're trying to make me drink water.
Change the subject. Change the subject.
Yeah, change the subject.
Please.
Okay, let me continue here. Anyway, you can, like I said, you can donate to KPFT, and also you can donate to the Prison Show. And also you can donate to my show, which is the Veterans Award Show.
This is the prison show right now. The prison show. It's under the T's.
Yeah, I don't have the Veterans Award show under the T's. I have it on under the B.
But this is the prison show. You're supposed to be cross-promoting to the prison show.
Well, I did. I said you could donate to
Thank you.
the prison show.
Thank you. And that's where we hit the boo button.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom. We love you, brother. It's good to hear you laughing a little bit.
You're not being fair there, David.
Yeah, I am. So whenever you have your show, I'll send you a cross promotion to your show. I did that before,
All right,
remember?
guys, y'all have a good night, and I will see y'all next week.
Thanks, Tom.
You're welcome.
All right, now we have Brittany.
Hey babe, I love you. I'm proud of you, and I cannot wait to see you this weekend. Love, yours truly.
Oh, that was sweet.
Short and sweet?
Yeah, that was very short and sweet. All right, now we have Carmela.
I hope everybody had a good week, and looks like it's going to be cool tonight, so stay warm. I'd like to make 2 shout-outs. The first one to Marcus Mullins at the Dieball Unit. Hi, Marcus. I hope everything is going well for you. I'm sorry I missed last week. I just wasn't mentally into talking, so I apologize for that. I hope everything's going well for you, and things are progressing forward for you. You stay well, stay safe, and keep doing what you need to do to get your freedom. I love you. I'm thinking about you. And Father David and family are super busy. Little Joy is growing like a companic weed. You just take care and have a great week, and I hope to talk to you next week. And my second shout out is to my nephew, I forgot his name, Bradley Leland Aiken at the Baco Unit. Hi, Bradley. I'm sorry I missed last week. I just wasn't in the right frame of mind to call in and say hi, and I apologize for that. I hope you're doing all right and things are going well for you. Keep your chin up and keep your eyes towards God, and just do what you need to do to get by day. Just know you're loved. I do love you, and think about you and keep you in my prayers. Stay warm. It feels like it's going to be a cool evening. I haven't run my little window air conditioner in a while, so I'm saving it up. You just take care and have a great week and a new month, and I love you. Thank you, Prison Show. Thank you, everybody. Traveling Grace on the way home. And Mr. David, you just take care of that voice and throat. It's allergy season, so just keep drinking as much water as you can.
Yeah, the allergies don't help, does it?
I'm sorry?
Allergies don't help. They were talking earlier today about how high the tree pollen was. So that's going to be terrible.
No, just keep your throat lubricated. Lots of water. And maybe throat lozenges. Something just to keep your throat moist. And be careful on the road. Hope to talk to you guys next week. Have a great week. Good night.
Good night. Have a great weekend. I don't need to be doing the show with these two people. Okay,
Got
Brian.
to stay lubricated.
It helps.
As Leslie falls to the ground laughing. Okay, now we have Brian.
Well lubricated at that.
Oh
Greetings, KPFT listeners. This is DJ Metalord, host of Sweet Nightmares Radio Show here on KPFT, and you're listening to The Prison Show.
How's that for cross-promoting?
That one, talk about cross-promoting. Wow, all right. Okay, let's get to Eva Maria. I do too. She's awesome. Maybe?
Good evening, everybody. This is again Eva Maria from Germany. I would like to greet not just my pen friend Rodolfo Medrano, but especially those in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice who don't have friends or family outside prison, and my heartfelt greetings go to you and also to the staff who are listening. I also pray for the staff of the Texas prisons because I think you have a really job with a lot of responsibility, and I pray for you and your work. This evening I've got a beautiful text. My Spanish is even worse than my English, but I try to read it in Spanish and then translate it. It goes, Nada te turbe, nada te espante. Quien a Dios tiene, nada le falta. Nada te turbe, nada te espante. Solo Dios basta. In English, nothing shall worry you, nothing shall frighten you. For those who hold fast to God, nothing will lack you. Nothing shall worry you, nothing shall frighten you. Only God is enough. In Spanish again, solo Dios basta. I wish you a blessed evening. There is also a song to this text, and I will try to play and sing it for you next Friday. Good night.
All right, now we have Anita on line 1. And I am so sorry, Anita, that you have been holding so long. Anita? I think Anita hung up.
I guess she hadn't been holding so long.
It's 40 minutes. I just looked up and it was 40 minutes. I apologize, Anita. My fault. All right, let's get to Lydia on line 3.
You got to drop line 1.
Hey, Lydia.
You did good.
How are you tonight? I see David doesn't sound very well.
I'm trying my best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's allergies, and my throat, too, has been a little bit hurting, too. Yeah.
Well, I've been sick for about 2 weeks, I guess. I was sick, but then I physically felt better, but my voice never has recovered. So I still got a cough, especially at night. I got a cough.
Yeah.
I've been sleeping in the recliner.
That helps. That helps. Well, I hope you get better, feel better.
I feel great.
And,
I just don't sound so hot.
Don't sound so hot. Well, I want to give a shout-out to my son, Bethel, and to Eric, Blaine, William, Spear, Reuben, Artie, and let's see, who else? Roderick, Mark, let's see, Eric, Blaine. I just forgot everybody. Let's see, who else is on there? I'm forgetting some people there. But you know who you are, and you know that you're thought of, and in our prayers, I just want to let my son know that I'm sitting outside trying to watch the stars, but it's so overcast. It's just so cloudy, you're not going to see anything. It's nice and cool and just beautiful. It's just a beautiful night, but it's overcast, so there will be no stars tonight. And I'm getting ready for tomorrow. I'm looking for some of those Mexican coins so I can cross the bridge back. Well, they'll take American money too, though. But I do have some coins, Like I said, I'll be leaving here like at noon, and I plan on having a good day tomorrow. Thank God. But that's all, mijo. That's all for tonight. I am going to look up that other site that you gave me. I'll do that here later on tonight and look it up for you. And you guys get some rest, some sleep. I love you and I miss you, mijo. You take care, okay? Good night. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Have a great weekend.
Get well. I hope David gets better. I know you're taking, what do you call it, allergy medicine. That helps a lot.
Taking that, and I've got some throat spray, and I got some cough drops, and I actually got some antibiotics also.
Yeah.
I'm doing the best I can.
Care.
All right. Bye-bye, Lydia. Thank you.
Drive home safely. Good night. Good night.
Good night. All right. Now we have Franz Dow.
Hello, people. Here is my friends. Here is Frans, the former warden from the Netherlands, doing a shout-out. First, I want to tell you that I had a wonderful week in Texas. I visited Nana Williams in the Ramsey Unit 2 times, and I visited Chi Irvin on death row, Polonsky, and it was so nice to meet my friends again. It was a beautiful week. And I really want to do a shout out from T and me to Mrs. Moore. She works at the visitation department of the Policy Unit. And we wanted to make it happen that I could visit Polonsky with Tara, the wife of Naaman, and things went wrong in all kinds of ways. And Miss Moore, she really spent the whole afternoon walking, talking, telephoning, organizing to make it happen. And we had a wonderful visit on Thursday. And we are really grateful for what Mrs. Moore did. Thank you very much, Mrs. Moore. Thank you.
All right. Now we have Michelle. Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
Hi. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to give a shout out to my husband, Jesus, aka Chucky, in Huntsville Unit. Just want to tell him I love him. I miss him. Can't wait for a visit on Sunday at 4 o'clock. And me and the kids are okay. Our son ended up getting out of jail, so that was a good thing. And our youngest just got in trouble at school, and seeing if we can get through this. And as for little Jesus, 2 years old, he's doing pretty good. Just terrible twos. So yes, it's a handful every now and again. And I look forward to you calling. I forgot to put money on the phone, but I'm going to do that soon. So maybe you can look at your tablet to see if it's there. I'm not sure when I'm going to do it. Probably here in the next 30 minutes or so. I'm not sure. But and also just keep on doing what you're doing, and hopefully you get parole this year in June. And just keep doing your classes and everything. I know your tablet's not really working to get online to do your classes, but I know you've been studying automotive with the book of what your mom bought you. And just keep up the good work. And he actually graduated from there, so that's good. Maybe when he comes out, he gets to work on cars and everything. And we have our daughter's birthday coming up on 3/16. So we will be doing probably a cake or something for her. And, just so meanwhile, we'll be waiting for you to call and looking forward to our visit on Sunday at 4 o'clock. I think that's
all I need to say, and it's coming from Austin, Texas.
All right. Thank you very much, Michelle.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, now we have Jackie.
Hi, this message is for Rodney Reed at the Plumsky Unit. Hey Rodney, it's Kiki. Well, tonight I would like to confess my love on the prison show and to the entire world that I am madly in love with you, Rodney. Your love makes me so happy, and you are the most perfect man that I have ever seen. I love everything about you, your smile, your personality, your looks, your voice, and your love. No one's love has ever made me happier than yours, and I've always felt in my heart that you are my soulmate. And that is why I could never move on, and that is why I'm still here 5.5 years later. And I want to know if you will be my Valentine, not just today, but forever. I love you with all my heart and soul, Rodney, and I can't imagine my life without you. I love you, Rodney. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you, Prison Show. Happy Valentine's Day to you all and everyone listening. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
That was so sweet. You know what? Someone needs to do that for me. That's it. I love you. Leslie's like, I love you. All right. Not the same, girl. Not the same.
So right.
All right. Now we have, is that another Jackie?
Yep, just spelled with a Y instead of an IE.
Okay. And now we have Jackie.
I have a message for Carrie Allen. Hi Carrie, this is Jackie from Germany. I hope you're doing well. And I just wanted to let you know that I miss you. I miss you, and I'm thinking of you always, and I hope I really hope you're fine, and I mean as much as possible. I was sick, and then Noemi's birthday was a few days ago, so everything is fine. Thinking a lot of you, I'm praying for you, and I miss you. You have no clue, and I wish you all the best. I wish you a blessed weekend. I'm thinking of you. Feel so loved, feel hugged, and you're never alone, Carrie. I will never stop loving you. Please never forget this. Dear Jackie from Germany. Bye bye.
All right. Now we have Caitlin. My Caitlin, love her.
This is a shout out for Bethel Garza in Polunsky. Hey boo, how are you? I hope that you're in good health, spirits, staying safe, and that there is a smile on your handsome face. As for me, all is good here. I'm here with Daytona at the moment, and we're just chilling out. I don't know if you can hear her in the background, but I think she may want some water. So let me see this up. Yeah, it does. Yes, as you know, I'm here with Daytona. She is doing good, and she says, woof. Also, I was up with Buddy today, and he says, howdy. I'm off work tomorrow as well, so yay, that's 2 days in a row for me. I'm going up to Buddy again, and that is about it. The weather, it's kind of a bit mixed, but at least we're getting kind of some sunshine, but still it is not warm. It's really kind of pretty chilly, but other than that, at least the sky is blue. So please know that you mean the world to me. I also want to say hi to the other guys. So to Eric, Mark, Blaine, Will, Debo, Moy, and Rudy, how are y'all doing? I hope you're all doing good. And Bethel, thank you for everything, and know that you mean the world to me. So good night, sweet dreams, and stay safe. And to everybody at the prison show, a big, big thank you for making this happen.
All right. And now we have Kalyango.
Greetings to everyone on the prison show. I want to thank the death row angels for the work you're doing, visiting inmates in the prisons, having a chat with them, playing with them, having fun with them. That's a wonderful thing. I want to send my shout out to my brother Franklin Davis. How are you doing, my brother? Hope you're doing well. Whenever I contact Madame Linda, she tells me that you're doing well. How is your family doing? Hope also they are doing well. I miss you so much, my brother. I am just praying to God that to get a chance of meeting you physically one day there. I want to have a conversation with your family about humanity. My brother, I do pray for you to be strong, to trust in God. I don't want you to lose hope, and I don't want you to be depressed, because depression is very dangerous. You might lose your life. I want you to keep your head up, my brother. Thank you, Francis, for visiting the prison show and visiting the death row inmates. Thank you. I know the journey is not cheap. The journey is very expensive from Netherlands to the US, but thank you for doing that. I love you so much, my friend. And the rest of you, let us not stop continuing fighting against death penalty. Let us gain more energy fighting against death penalty, because death penalty is inhuman. I love you all. May God continue blessing you so abundantly. David, Madame Dan, thank you for your time, for your presentation on the prison show. Bye.
Well, thank you, Kalyango. All right, now we have Lau. I think I'm pronouncing that correct.
Hi guys, this is Lau, and this is the message I have for all of you today. Sometimes our soul may feel broken, wounded, hurt from mistakes that we have made, or from what others have done to us. But our souls can be restored when we get honest with ourselves and we release what we need to release, like guilt, worry, anger, sadness. Then healing will come. Joy will come. Peace will come. God is able to restore souls. Emotional healing will take place. Healing from the hurts, the pains of the past, the loss, the heartache, the pain, the troubles. Healing from self-inflicted wounds of our hearts, mistakes we've made, regrets we are living in. Healing from tormented spirits like anxiety, depression. God can do all things new when we let Him. You are not to live with a wounded spirit. He can restore your soul. Your later days will be better than your former days. Today you can take the decision to step into a new level of joy, a new level of peace, of fulfillment, of victory. Do not believe in the lies that are telling you that it's too late, or that you made too many mistakes, or that you're a bad person, that you are a sinner, that God doesn't love you, or that God is angry at you. No, no, and no, guys. Do not be falling into those lies. Because you know what? The best part of your life is still in front of you. For God has not given you the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. I pray for your healing. Circumstances will change. I pray miracles over your life. In Jesus' name. I love you and I'm praying for you every day. Bye.
Oh, thank you. That was uplifting. Thank you, Lau. All right, and
now we have the latest news on Robert Robertson. His attorney, Gretchen Sween, since a new execution date has not been set, she filed some papers. Robert Robertson again asked Texas Court of Criminal Appeals to overturn his wrongful shaken baby conviction and to grant relief based on significant new evidence supporting his actual innocence. And now we have his lovely wife on the air to give him a shout out.
This is my shout out to my sweet and precious husband, Robert Robertson, Polanski Unit, Death Row. Hey, good evening, baby. I do hope and pray that you will be able to listen to my shout out. It comes from my heart. I'm always thinking about you, baby. I miss you so much. I need you to be happy. I want you more than ever before, and I love you for infinity. I want you to know that you are always on my mind, baby, in my thoughts, in my heart, and in all of my prayers. And I want you to know that many, many people all around the world are praying for you, and they are with you, and they give everything to help you with prayers, baby. Every day I get some new messages from different people. They ask me about you, about your case, and they want to support you with prayers and with positive thoughts. And I want to say to everybody who is by our sides, thank you so very much to stay with me and my husband. Your prayers are very, very important, and we love you all. And we are so grateful for your support. My love, I'm always there for you. I try my best to comfort you and to be there for your well-being. I know it's not easy. The time is very hard for all of us. But I will never, never, never let you down, leave you, or give up on you. I will never give up my prayers to hope and trust in the Lord that He will bring you back home one day. I'll wait for you no matter how many time it needs, and I will be there for you, baby, in all situations for the rest of my life. And I want to let you know that you are my all and everything, my one and only love, my one and only man in this world. And I can't imagine my life without you, baby. We will stay strong together. And one man, you know with who I'm talking about, whispered in my ear, everything will be well. And so we hope and pray that he was the one we think he was. Baby, I love you with all of my heart. Every single second in my life I'm thinking about you, and I'm praying for everything will be well. My sweetheart, please stay focused on Jesus, not on the storm. I love you. Good night, sweet and pleasant dreams. I'm sending all of my love to you, and I need you, baby. Please never forget. Good night, sweetheart. Sweet and pleasant dreams. Good night.
All right, now we have Mary.
To Leo Caulfield Unit from Mary. Hey, my angel, I hope you're okay. This is a special day, and I just need to let you know that you're in my heart and in my mind. I love you no matter what.
Okay, now we have Stacy.
This is to my husband, Sporty Black at Wainwright Unit. Hey, baby love, how's the day been for you? It's been a nice sunny day here. There's a chill out there, but the sunny is out there. The girls and I are doing well. Both are out sunning. I'm cozy in our place with the little heater on. I'm getting ready to place on our most recent post. Come on, Dem, stop giving ground to repubs. Yeah, I heard from you today, our e-note, 2nd, 27th, 24. So yeah, I got all 3 paragraphs. Mom is doing well enough. She went on a luncheon with one of her friends to Peking. She invited me, but I wanted to get the work done today. Besides, we got a travel appointment in about 2 weeks. So yeah, it's a 3rd, 10th, and we'll lunch then. Yeah, a checkup appointment, 3rd, 10th at 10 a.m. in the Norton area. Boo, this is just kissing you. I ache and hunger for you. Stay focused and tough. I trust the static gremlins are at bay, and you get my voice all up in your ear for our tuck-in. I love you so deeply. I'm yours. Mwah. Take care, baby. Mwah. I hold you. I love you, baby.
All right, go ahead.
Hi, Sugar Pom Pom. This is Leslie. I'm just tucking you in, and quit pouting. It's Friday. I'm out here grinding for us. Anyways, kisses.
She's doing it at different angles of the mic. Do you want to do Mike, David?
No, I wanted to do some of the guys that have been contacting us off of Adovo. Tyler Adams and David Mackey. Travis Fletcher. We appreciate everything, Travis. Don't want you to think that we don't appreciate you. We don't always have a lot of time, that's all. We try and get whatever we can. Daryl Atkins, Tiffany Cheeks, Stephen Drayton, Daniel Farrell, Michael Flores, Eric Foreman, Victor Gamble, Franquan Hayes, Maury Holloway, Matthew Hoover, Daniel Lipscomb, James McElrath, Akeem McCarver, Erlen McKay, Curtis Otto, Jaime Quijano, and Jaron Reasonover. Montana Ruckman, John Thomas, and Kyle Triplett. Hakeem Tyson, Juan Vertigo, Travis Walters, and David Weller. Look, you guys, keep your heads up. Keep tuning in to us on Adovo. We really appreciate you contacting us.
Y'all have a great weekend.
Can you do that other one real quick? I got to go in and play the ending, but remember that, what's that guy's name that I sent you that one? Do you have it?
No, I don't. I shut everything off on the thing because I thought we were. But I will say that we got a beautiful card from Folsom Prison.
Woohoo!
Yeah, we're Johnny. We're going to read more of them next week. We ran out of time this week.
Oh. All right, y'all have a good weekend.
Have a
y'all
great
stay
weekend.
tuned for Damage Control with DJ Chill and Skylar Dawn.
See you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Bill is loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time released. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. It's prison radio. From Paris to Polanski. Bonjour.